Collective. Today we're going to be doing 3 different messages for 3 different groups on answering your burning question. What question is driving a hole inside your mind right now? Let's give you some peace. Alright, so for group 1, we have this crystal. Group 2, we have this wire wrapped crystal, which has been off of the chain for years. If that resonates with you. And then we have this little piece of selenite that has been shoved in a drawer or in storage for years with a bunch of like old essential oils and incense that I was never planning on using. If that resonates with you at all. So let's see, if you chose this crystal here, let's get into your reading. What is plaguing group 1's mind right now? What do they need to know to break free of these mental chains and find some peace and forward motion? Victory. We have broken heart on the bottom of the deck. Journey. The world. Anxiety. Is this question keeping you up at night? You're not sleeping well? Carrying connection. Door to personal healing and happiness. I'm feeling like something has hardened your outlook on maybe the world, maybe the universe, the magic that you once felt. What I'm getting with this card is you sitting with this question of, I was at one point like really devoted to my spiritual path, but it feels like it's going nowhere, and should I just give up and leave it behind and move on with my life? I feel like there's something about your spiritual journey that has just been giving you anxiety, making you doubt life's magic. And I know we had victory come out, but to me this feels right now like it's like you're really feeling like heartbroken, feeling like defeated, like maybe a dream you once had is just like, maybe was it even ever real? Like, was this path meant for me, or was I living in some sort of delusion? Like, do I really have this calling? Is this calling that I felt real? Or did I just fool myself into, like, did I get this hit of inspiration at one point and did I just like grab onto it and run with it because it felt good, and maybe like not much else in your life felt good, but this came up inside of you maybe during a dark time and it felt really good, it gave you hope, and you clung on to that and you've been holding on to that tightly. It's given you hope to keep going in life. You thought that it was going to be this door to personal happiness and healing. And now you're doubting it. You're wondering if you should just let it go and move on with your life. Leave this magic that you once believed in behind you. Contract. I feel like maybe you've had some sort of maybe a job offering, or like something has like popped up, an opportunity that, you know, you could find some sort of success and stability with it, but see how her scales are unbalanced and she's wearing this blindfold? It's like you'd be lying to yourself if you did that. You'd be just like living in a fog and haze. And I mean, look at what she's wearing. It's just like she's completely like shrouded her essence. Like she's just like, her life is just blah, like soul sucking, sad, disappointment. You're wondering if you should leave this behind and just take this offering. Maybe that feels like, maybe it feels like I want to say it feels easier because it would bring like a sense of sort of financial security, but it doesn't feel easy inside of you. It feels like it would shatter you. You have patience. And I feel sad. Goddess of the moon. I feel like this is you. That magic that you felt inside of you, that's you tapping into your core essence and truth, and feeling into that and holding on faith to what feels true to you. I feel like I want to cry in this energy. It feels so heartbreaking. Storm warning. This is just causing a internal storm for you. Like, it feels like all of this rain, these dark clouds, this lightning is just like the annihilation of your soul and like tears and defeat, and like you're just like on the floor heartbroken in this. We have envy. Maybe you're feeling a bit jealous towards those that have been able to successfully get onto their path and their purpose and really embrace and step into that magic. We have walking away. Well, this isn't a negative walking away. This is like, what I'm getting from this is, I know who I am. I trust my intuition. I know what I felt. That hit of inspiration, it's real, and all of these voices in my head that are just kind of like the inner saboteur on autopilot, the fears, the grief, the doubt, the heartbreak, just the mental and emotional turbulence. It's an illusion, and this gate is golden. This is a golden gate, and she's just looking behind like, see you later, average life. That ain't for me. I'm walking away in my magic, and I'm closing the door on an unfulfilling, soul-sucking life. Bye. We have action and door to value in reverse. I feel like not being able to like step into this place you want to step into has really made your self-worth go down the drain. And question yourself, your value, everything about life in the world, and is magic even real, or am I just delusional? Like, is there any truth to spiritual journeys, or is what mainstream society true? Like, are these people just mentally ill? Maybe it's just maybe we're all just mentally ill, and I need to snap out of it and move on with my life. Get out of this childish daydream. We have hostilities. And the thinking man. I feel like you may be, take what resonates, but I feel like you may be in a relationship with someone you care for and who you feel like on a deep level cares for you. Like when they tell you they love you and all the things you want to hear, you believe them. You believe what they're saying. And you feel like on some level they like really cherish you. Like you're really important to them. Like maybe the most important thing they have in their life. Maybe they've lost a lot and lost everything, and you're like their home, their everything, their rock, their emotional support, their validation. I'm getting like their mother even. I feel like maybe this connection has brought you just into a lower, denser energy. Like you've been in the depths for a long time. And I feel like maybe even though they make you feel like you're their world, that this is a toxic dynamic and it's not serving you. This connection has really cut you down, diminished your light, made you question the world. Maybe you thought that this was like, this connection was essential to like making this connection work. Finding your happily ever after with this person was like the key to like finally stepping into your path and purpose. Maybe you felt like you were going to do some important work in the world with this person, so you've just clung onto it, and whenever the relationship's just not going well, you just feel farther and farther and farther away from what you're truly desiring. Like, every time the relationship goes south, you are right back in those depths. And when you're in those lower, denser energies, like, don't get me wrong, it's important to explore your depths and your darkness. There are gifts there. You need to grow deep roots in order to rise up higher. And going into the depths, you can dig up gold. You get to know yourself and your the deepest parts of you, but you're not meant to stay there long term. You're not meant to live there. Staying in that long term, it beats you down. You start to forget your light. You could almost feel like you've lost your light, but to me it feels like you could never lose your light completely. It's part of you. This goddess of the moon, that is like your true core essence. But this connection is keeping you from like sinking into that long term. It's like maybe you're getting tastes of it here and there, and like it gives you hope to like, oh, I'm getting closer and closer. And maybe the relationship is getting closer and closer to that success that I've been holding on hope for. But then it just goes back south, and you lose sight of this inner magic. And your door to value is just like closed. And the action that you saw maybe coming, that's out the window. You can't take forward action when you're just pressed so far down, living in that dense muck. I'm getting also that maybe this person is like a really jealous person, and maybe their jealousy has limited you a lot. Maybe they're like, I'm getting that it's limited you in like every aspect of your life in some way, more so than just keeping you like in a dense energy, but like you feel like you can't come into your true essence and power without like causing friction and problems in the relationship, like making them not trust you. Like you stepping into your light, it would almost feel like you're just leaving them behind in the dust, and they feel like, well, if you step into your power and your light, like there's no place for me in your life anymore. Like you'd be choosing your light and empowerment over me. That's really really toxic. I feel like I've just been like punched in the gut, in the heart. This person is holding you down and keeping you. It's like you're not even stuck in place. It's like this connection is like having you almost like in retrograde, like you're just moving back, like you're seemingly moving backwards. Like when planets are in retrograde, they're not actually moving backwards, but they appear to be moving backwards. So it's like in your inner world, like you have been growing within yourself. Like inside of you, you're not moving backwards, but on the outside, maybe you are. Like your outer world appears to just be like getting worse and worse and worse. But you feel like maybe you need to be in this darkness to like grow and learn about yourself. And most likely it has made you grow and learn a lot about yourself. A lot. But if you choose to stay, if you choose to stay trapped in this like dense dynamic, this like toxic energy, I'm getting that like you have learned what you needed to learn from this connection. You've healed what you needed to heal with it, like from this connection. Like they brought up a lot of like your inner wounds that you were able to work through. So you saw great benefit in that, even though it was like really hard and lonely and isolating and sad. Like you saw the value. But I don't get that they were making leaps and bounds like you were. Like they were just triggering you. Like they were serving as like a mirror to your inner wounds, and you were mirroring their inner wounds to them, but like the difference here is that you've been doing the inner work and they're just living their life. Like they don't care. They may want better for themselves, but they're not committed or devoted to it. So therefore they won't achieve it. They may achieve it at some point in time, but not now. They gotta learn some really tough lessons in life to finally get their growth. Blossoming abundance. Don't let go of your magic. Just keep watering your garden and nourishing yourself. Invest in yourself. You have not been able to invest in yourself like necessary in this connection at all in any way. You've tried to. It's like you get these little hits of motivation and inspiration and you try to follow them like full steam, but it always falls off. Woman holding a heart. I feel like this is you. Like you need to hold your own heart now. They have not been holding your heart like you deserve. It's time for you to take that power back and nourish yourself and hold yourself. Use your own discernment, of course, and feel into what feels true for you, but this connection is not serving you. It's holding you back. It's keeping you from your magic. It's keeping you off of your path. If you stay in this connection, for one, you'll be living this life. But you will lose yourself in the path that you were meant for, the path that you believed in for so long, the path that feels true for you. It will be lost. I hope this served you in some ways. I hope this answered some questions that you had, brought clarity, maybe some sort of mental peace over next steps that you need to take. I love you so much, and I feel for you. I really do. Alright, I'm going to clear my spread and I'll be right back for group 2. Hi group 2. If you chose this stone right here, this message is for you. What is group 2's burning question that is keeping them stuck? What do they need to know to bring mental peace, clarity, forward motion? To step into their truth in a deeper way. Journey. Anxiety. Angel of strength. The sun. And adjacent possibilities. I'm feeling like you need to go in a different direction. I feel like you know what you need to do regarding this situation. You know what you need to do to step into your magic, into your wholeness, into your light, onto your path. You already know. But you're just really torn up about it and questioning still, even though you know deep within you, but it's like you don't want to have to make this decision. But once you do, your world will open up. Look at all these doors that will open. And maybe right now you feel like there are no open doors. Like you're stuck in a waiting room and the only door out of that waiting room is closed, locked. It can only be opened from the other side. Blossoming abundance. What do we have here? Goddess of the moon. 7th chakra. And 5th chakra. You've been sitting with this for a while. You just don't want to, you don't want to do it. I feel like you've been like tapping into like your inner wisdom, intuition, like your guides, spirit team. You're asking for divine guidance. And you have an inner knowing of what needs to be done. But your throat is closed. You can't do it. Maybe you feel like maybe you have like this really strong inner faith of like what you know to be your path and your destiny and why you're here, like what you were made for. But and you have this inner gnosis of, no matter what I decide to do in life, I will get there. Even if the road is just long and painful and grueling, and I have to push a pile of boulders up this mountain without shoes on, I know I'll get there. You have a really strong faith and a really strong connection to Source. I feel like you've known this for a really long time. Ooh. We have first chakra coming out in reverse. I'm getting that you may resonate with like being like a starseed of sorts, which means like you don't feel like Earth is your place of origin. Like you feel like your home and family is with Source. And like you're here for a purpose. You're devoted to the truth and to your mission. Like I'm feeling like at some point in time you like made a commitment to Source. I'm hearing like use me for the highest good. Like my path in my life is yours, and take me wherever I need to go to be of highest service. Like you see this sword he's holding? Like he's here for truth. He's on a mission. But his first chakra energy center, which can speak on home, sense of belonging, it is with Source. There's patience on the bottom of the deck. I feel like you've just been so patient. I feel like you are just a really resilient, patient person. Your inner strength is just unmatched. I feel like even though your path has been like, I feel like your path has been really painful and emotionally dense and unfulfilling. But that wasn't what was of highest importance to you. Like your purpose here was of the highest importance to you, and if you had to like walk through coals for 40 days, 40 years to get to it, like nothing was gonna stop you. I'm getting, patience came out in reverse. And envy. I feel like with this envy card, maybe you envy the people who, Maybe there's an aspect of you that envies people who feel like Earth is their origin, like they originated from here, because even though like in reality you wouldn't have it any other way, but since things have been so long and painful, like you see this like golden reality out here. Like you feel like you've been in this dark reality, and others who feel like Earth is their origin and are just like living their life like la-di-da, you know, I work at the mall. I don't know. I, you know, keep up with the trends. I post on socials. Like their life just feels like not complicated. Like they're not up late at night stressing over these difficult life decisions. And you feel like it would, sometimes you just feel like it would be easier on the other side. And this just makes, like, you have points where you feel like a bit bitter. Maybe you feel like a bit abandoned here by Source to like suffer. I feel like you really, like, you've had moments or points where you are just like sitting in solitude, like gazing out at the world and feeling like I don't belong here. This place is cold. There's just so much pain and suffering here. It's so dense. It's so heavy. Like I belong in this white energy here up in the clouds, and in this lighter, freer, more loving essence. Like I don't belong here. But you know that you're here for a reason, and you're devoted to that, because maybe that feels like the only reason you're sticking around. I feel like you've been in some really dark places mentally. It's like you know that you're a soldier here. Like you were sent down here to be a soldier for change and truth. My heart feels really heavy right now. I feel like it's just like falling heavily down into my stomach. I feel like your empowerment and like your heart space has just been like sunken down, like down deep into your depths for so long. Maybe you've been like really depressed for a while. You have so much inner strength I think you have so much inner strength that you may fool yourself sometimes thinking that things aren't that bad, it's not that hard, I can take more. I'm built for this, bring it on. But you're tired. You're exhausted, you're beaten down. While you may feel like you could take more of this to get to that point that you're meant for, you don't want to. You want things to feel easier and lighter and freer. Like you're longing for that. And I feel like with how resilient and strong you are, you may kind of push down that longing a bit. I feel like you need to like really acknowledge that longing. Like stop trying to push it away, like demonize it. That's part of you. If you're coming into your truth and your wholeness, you can't push parts of you away. Every aspect of you is needed to be in wholeness. Hostilities. This connection that you're in is really toxic. I feel like whatever sort of connection you have in life that maybe you're needing to make a decision about that you don't want to, whatever sort of dynamic that's going on here is extremely toxic, and it's keeping you in this dense energy. But I feel like you really care about this person. You feel for them, like you feel like they're caretaker. You feel like responsible for their well-being and happiness. Like without you, they would suffer. Like they can't go on without you. That's how you feel. That's why you're so anxious. You don't want to make this decision because you don't want to hurt someone so deeply. Because you... like your inner nature is to heal. To like spread healing. And you feel like devoted to this person because they need healing so desperately. Maybe without you, you don't know like where they would be in life or if they would be. But if all of your life force, your energy, your focus, if you're so devoted to this one person who you know needs light and healing, I feel like they've had a really difficult life. Like they didn't have a fighting chance. But if you're so devoted to trying to heal and save this person, you're sacrificing all of this. You're sacrificing what you're meant for. You're sacrificing the reason you're here. You're here for this. You're here for a purpose. If you choose this person, you would be choosing this person over humanity and your path and your purpose and what you're here for. The truth, the change you're here to bring, the healing. You are letting that slip away. And I think you know this. You know this, but you don't want to hurt this person. But you can't save them. I feel like you've been together for a really long time, and part of you knows that you can't save them. Another part of you feels like if you just stick it out long enough and like keep pouring and pouring and pouring into them, that you could eventually maybe save them. But another part of you knows that that may never happen. And that part of you, I think, well, use your discernment. I feel like they need to, I feel like while you think you're doing them like a great service by being the one that's there for them, it's actually kind of enabling and stunting the growth that they need to learn through harder lessons. And the longer that they're with you and you are like coddling them, doing everything for them, they won't grow. And they may be here for a purpose too, but as long as you're coddling them and they feel like, oh, well, she he or she, take it as it resonates, is doing, like you're doing all the work, that you're just carrying the team, you're handling it all. So what do they need to do? I'll just, you know, when you level up, they'll ride on the coattails of that and take bits and pieces and maybe have some little changes along the way. But they're not committed, they're not devoted. They may want to heal and be happy, but they're not committed or devoted to it. We have all tied up on the bottom of the deck. Your magic is all tied up in these ropes. Healer of the ages, you need to step into this. This is what you're meant for. You need to heal on a larger scale, not on this small scale. I feel like you need to do yourself and this other person a favor by letting this go. The longer you hold on, the longer you will both stay stuck in these toxic cycles. Walking away. Closing this gate, which is made of gold, and walking into this beautiful essence of new beginnings. And walking away also knowing that it's in both of your best interest. I feel like this message is complete. I hope this served you in some way. I hope this helped you come to some sort of inner clarity on your path forward. I love you so much. I feel for the situation that you're in, but you know what to do, and you're strong. And they're strong too. You may not see them as strong. You may see them as being very fragile. But as soon as you walk away, they'll be able to find that inner strength. And see this sword? This is bringing me back to like the energy of the Ace of Swords. It will be their new beginning for their own, like finding their own truth. Because as long as you're paving the way, they can't get to their truth. Alright, I love you so much. I'm going to clear this spread and I will be right back for group 3. Okay, group 3, if you chose this selenite, this message is for you. And I was just sitting here with this card facing the camera, and I feel like this message is going to be somehow related to divine will, higher will, opening your voice, speaking your truth. Maybe you've felt like you weren't able to actually speak your truth. Maybe you weren't able to be vulnerable. Or maybe you didn't want to hurt feelings with your truth. But that feels like what you have to do. Alright, what is group 3? What is their burning question? What do they need to know to bring them some mental clarity and peace and forward direction? Balance is coming out in reverse. We have first chakra coming out in reverse. And man holding a heart. Fourth chakra. Angel of Strength. I feel like you need to take action on something that you know is divine will. Something that you know will bring truth that needs to be spoken. I'm getting that you need to find the strength to be vulnerable and put your heart out there. We have second chakra on the bottom of the deck, and looking at this card, I'm feeling like this message is about, or in regards to, some sort of love connection. It feels like with this card, second chakra, which is like your creative center, your sexual center, it's also where you hold a lot of traumas and wounding. I feel like it's hemmed up by this person. I mean, when I look into this face, it just feels like this is the person on the other side of this connection. Like she's an angel. He or she, take it as it resonates. And maybe your creative center has been like hemmed up or stuck for quite some time because of something that happened with this person, or something that has to do with this person. Maybe something about your creative outlets that you enjoy, or maybe even like some of your creative outlets like make you think of this person, and it feels like it's too painful to do those things anymore. I feel like your heart is the feeling I'm getting when I feel into your heart energy is confusing, honestly. It feels like there's this like outer layer of like hurt and like sadness and emptiness, and then it feels like there's like a void. But there's also a tenderness. We have the world coming out. The thinking man. And door to values coming out in reverse. I feel like you and this person are not in communication, and maybe you haven't been. But it's like there was heartbreak at one point, and you haven't healed from that. And I feel like it's given you this sort of coldness towards life and the world. It's like the magic that you maybe saw in the world while you were with this person at one point. It's like shrouded in darkness. Like maybe you can see like remnants of that magic still existing somewhere, but it, like, look at the world in this picture. It's like that little bit of magic is far away from you. And everything just feels cold and like empty. I feel like you think about this person. See how he's staring at this crystal, like admiring. He's like admiring, but he's also just like holding it on. It feels like he's holding it on a pedestal of some sort. Like maybe, I feel like you've had connections since this happened. This feels like it's something in your past. Maybe like you want to reach out to this person. Or maybe you're just thinking about them a lot. Well, we have action here. You're thinking about taking some sort of action that involves voice, like making contact with them. Yeah, it feels like you've had other connections since this person, but this connection has always just been in the back of your mind, although maybe buried sometimes, it's still like there. Or like even if it's just in your subconscious, like affecting the choices and decisions and actions that you're making. Like it's wounded you, and that wound has like sunken down into your subconscious, and now everything that you do in life and other relationships is like subconsciously affected by this wounding. I think it feels like this void that I'm feeling in your heart was left there by this person. It's like life turned cold after them, and the magic you felt with them seems just so like almost impossible to recapture. Like it almost feels like you just gave up on feeling magic at all, because it just seems like out of your grasp. Like it came and it went, and it's like on the dark side of the moon now. It's like you can never see that. So what is this person? What is their burning question about this situation? Magician in the mirror. I feel like, I feel like while your outlook has been so like cold, like your outlook of life in the world has been so cold, and you feel like this magic here is just so out of your grasp, but and I'm also getting that something about this situation has like made you feel like unworthy, valueless, like you weren't good enough for this person. But like, even though you feel like the magic is out of your grasp, I feel like you need to take a look in the mirror. You have magic inside of you. I'm really being drawn to this infinity symbol on the top of his head, like above his head, like where his crown is. It's like beaming with light. This infinity symbol is just making me feel like it's symbolic of this connection. Like your energies are intertwined. You see this person as being so magical, but so are you. You need to see your inner magician, your inner magic, because it's there. And I feel like with you just feeling so unworthy and not valuable, that it's like you're unable to even consider that you have inner magic. I feel like you're wondering. How this person sees you. I feel like you're lost without their energy in your life. And with this infinity symbol here, it feels like your energies are connected, and it feels like they know. It feels like they know you have inner magic. And like, it feels like they want that from you. Like they want to feel, it feels like they want to just feel your essence in their life. Which is just so wild, because we have this infinity symbol here, which is like the energy's going, round and around, back and forth. It's like you're mirroring what they want. Like you guys want the same thing. You want to feel each other's magic around you. They want to feel your magic, you want to feel their magic. You just want to be in each other's essence. They miss your essence. I feel like crying. It feels like there's a lot of heartbreak here. We have a woman holding a heart. And the thinking woman. It feels like this energy just honestly, it feels so sad. It feels like you're both broken without each other's magic. It feels like with this card here, it just feels like she just looks so vulnerable, like holding her heart out here, offering it to you. And she's kind of like looking down a bit, like I don't, like I'm offering you my heart, but I'm unsure if you want it. With this card, I'm feeling like they're thinking about you. It feels like the way she's making this eye contact. Like, and she's like got this stack of books. She's, she's doing things. She's moving on with her life. She has butterflies around her. She has a flower, like a crown of flowers on her head. It feels like they're moving on with their life. They're living their life, but it's like they're looking at you. There's sadness in her eyes here. It's almost like she honestly looks like she wants to cry. I don't know if you can see that detail. She looks sad. It's kind of like the energy of, like, I put myself out there. I offered you my heart, and now the ball's in your court. What are you gonna do? Nothing. If it's nothing, she's moving on with her life. She's occupying her time. She's, investing in herself, her growth, her like gaining knowledge. Like she has her makeup done here, like she's investing in herself. But she's still looking out like with these sad eyes, like what are you gonna do anything? Are you going to reach out? Are you going to it's like she's kind of just like sitting in her own essence, like kind of just keeping that with her, like wondering. It doesn't feel like it's her sole focus, but it feels like it's still there inside of her. Like, let's see, I need a little bit more clarity. Whoa. The sun. It feels like she's really just like embracing her essence and like flourishing in just being in her own energy. Kind of content with either way it goes. It feels like the energy of like, I'm moving on with my life. I'm rediscovering myself. Right now, I'm in the space of like, I was vulnerable. It's your move. I'm open, but at the same time, I'm not holding out hope. I have no expectations. And if something else happens to come along, then that's the direction they will go in. This was the original card that was on the bottom of the deck. 5th chakra, which is related to divine will, divine communication, your voice. See how he's holding like this wind instrument here? I don't know, what is this? It's hidden behind this text. I was gonna say it feels like you want to grab, like you want to play this instrument like out loud, like just blare your voice and like spill everything, but I feel like holding back. It feels like you're sitting in silence. We have broken heart, bottom of the deck. Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of heartbreak here. Man holding a coin. That's interesting. See, we have this door to value in reverse, which is coming out as you don't feel a value to this person. You don't feel like you're good enough. You don't feel worthy of, like, you don't feel good. Like, yeah, you don't feel good enough. Like, you feel, maybe whatever happened in the past made you feel like maybe you weren't chosen. They didn't choose you. And so this door to value just closed. But this card is just screaming. Like, I feel like this is how they see you. Like, you're just sitting in this like meadow, like this really beautiful meadow with flowers, like this beautiful sunset, and the sun is just like beaming onto your face and hair, like magic. Like they feel like you hold a lot of magic. And they definitely feel like you have value. They definitely see a lot of value in you. I feel like they're saying, like, you are absolutely worthy. You're worthy of this connection, or you're worthy of love, period, in general. You're worthy of happiness, of feeling whole, of experiencing joy, and feeling free in every way. I feel like, what do we have on the bottom of the deck? Journey. I feel like there's like a new path that has been like illuminated. See, there's this light like shining down on this kind of like dark bridge. Maybe this is a path that you didn't see before. You felt like it wasn't there for you. But then there's like this light shining down. Like the path has been illuminated. It's been opened for you. And it feels like it's just full of magic. But it feels like it's up to you whether you choose to drop this and let go of like your fears or whatever happened between you in the past, and like there's like suitcases here. Whether you're willing to let go of this and pick up your bags and walk along this path or not. It's up to you. The ball is in your court. But it doesn't feel like they're gonna wait forever. It feels like this person is really coming into like just flourishing in their like truth and essence and like radiating. It feels like, see, like here, okay, here like she's just kind of like being vulnerable but like doubting, maybe feeling a bit unworthy too. And here she's standing here with a sadness in her eyes, but they're moving into this, and as they move further and further into this, they're going to eventually let this connection go. I feel like cut their losses and just move forward. Like, if it's not this, it's something better. Like, they know their worth. It feels like they made you feel unworthy, but you also have made them feel unworthy and valueless and hurt and heartbroken. It's going both ways. But in reality, you see the magic in each other, and it's just like a lot of hurt going on here. It's really like if both parties are willing to just let go of the fears and forgive, it feels like this person has forgiven because they came with this vulnerability and they're kind of looking out at you. It feels like they've forgiven any kind of hurt or heartbreak or anything that happened here. And it feels like the forgiveness may need to come from your side. It feels like there's growth here to be done on your side in order to like feel worthy and take the action. These horses here are making me feel like this could be the two of you, like taking action together, running full steam ahead towards the paths that you each want for yourself, while like embracing the light and the dark within yourselves and each other. It feels like there would just be complete and total acceptance of one another here, like you could be your authentic selves. And maybe they have felt this from you, and that's like they have felt this in your essence, and to them that feels magical and valuable, and they are craving that in their life. It feels like they don't have expectations from you. You may have fears of what this person wants from you. Maybe you have some sort of commitment issues. Take it how it resonates. But it doesn't feel like this person wants, at this point in time, anything more than just to feel your energy around them. Just to have like you in their life. Just to connect. Alright, group 3, that is all I have for you. I hope this helped you in some way. This was a really kind of heartbreaking energy, but I hope it brought you some sort of mental clarity and peace. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon.